is a number worth? You want to know the worth of a number. In this case, we have 119. As you can see, what is the place of the number 9? We're going to talk about this one. I underline the number 9. What is the position of the number 9? Is in one's place, in 10th place, 100th place, which one? What place? What is the place of the number 9 in the number 119, Kenneth?
Once.
What is the
Once.
Once.
Exactly. Remember, we are talking about place value. When we talk about the place, is the position. If it is in one's place, 10th place, 100th place, 1,000 place, 10,000 place, etc. And the value is when you want to know how is a number worth, okay? ¿Cuál es el valor de ese número? Exactly, as we have the amount 119. What is the place of the number 9? It's in the one's place. Look, it's in the one's place. And what is the value? Only 9. And what about here? The same amount. But I will ask about this one, the number 1. In this amount, we have the same one, 119. 119. What is the place? What is the place? Okay, this one is for David Rivera. David. What is the place of the number 1? The one that is underlined.
Tens.
Exactly. And okay, and tell me the place, tell me the value. Tell me the value of the second one that is there, that is underlined. Which one it is?
100.
Don't remember, it's because I have the answer there, but forget the answer. Forget the answer. Look at this number, the number that is underlined. The number that is underlined.
Tens.
Exactly. 10. I will write another amount. And I will underline the number that I want you to focus. So right now we have, what number is that? David Rivera, what number is that?
547.
Exactly. And you are going to tell me the place. What is the place of the number 5?
Hundreds.
Exactly. And what is the play? Okay, yeah, hundreds. And now tell me the value.
500.
500. Exactly. Great job. Now, Jose. Jose, read that amount, please.
Which one?
The last one. This one. The one that you have 2, 6, 7, and 9. Read it.
Wait, hold on.
Look here. We have the place value chart. The first number is in what position it is? Ones. Then we have tens, hundreds, thousands, and thousands, etc.
Okay, which was the number?
This one.
2,679.
So the number 2, what is the place of the number 2?
Thousands.
Exactly. And what is the value?
2000.
Exactly.
2000.
2000. Exactly. Excellent job. Okay, let me check who else is with us.
Miss,
Kenneth, only 3 of you.
we are just 4 students.
Yes, I asked some others, but today they aren't here. Okay, so again, Kenneth, tell me the place of the number 2.
Once.
Wait a minute.
Once.
Once, exactly. In the value. Sorry.
2.
Wait, once. What is the value of 2 there? Only 2? Only 2 or 20 or 2,000 or 200? The value.
22.
No, the value is only 2. What is the position? What is the position of the number 2? Is in the ones place. When any number is in the ones place, the word is the same number. Look here, we have 692. So the 2 is in the place of what place it is? It's in the ones place. And how is this a number word? Well, it's equal to only 2. In this case, look here, 2,679. In this case, I will ask the same with the number 2. Look at the number 2. In this case, is in another position. In this one, that is 692, is in other position, is in the position of the ones. But in the other amount, that is 2,679, the 2 is in the thousand position, is in a different position. And if it is in a different position, it has a different worth, right? In this case, what is the value? The value is 200. Understand? Again, I will ask other questions. Okay, read that amount. David Rivera.
678.
Exactly. Let's focus on the number 8. What is the place of the number 8?
Once.
Okay, and the value?
8.
Exactly. What is the place of the number 6?
Hundreds.
Exactly. And value?
600.
Excellent. Excellent job. Now let's listen to Kenneth again. Kenneth, read that amount, please. The last one.
8,951.
Exactly. Now let's focus on the number 8. I will ask about the number 8. What is the place of the number 8?
1,000.
Thousands. And the value of that number 8? What is the value?
8,000.
Exactly. Let's talk about the number 9 again, Kenneth. What is the place of the number 9?
Hundreds.
Exactly. And the value?
900.
900. And what about the number 5? What is the place?
Tens.
In value?
10.
In
5.
value? No.
5. 50.
50, 50, 50.
50.
Remember,
50.
if it is in the things place, its value is not 5, it's 50. If it were in the place value hundreds, it would be equal to 500. But in this case, that's the number 5 in this amount in the position is in the tens position, right? So it means that in this case, in this amount, the value is 50. Now, what about the number 1? What is the place?
Ones.
Ones, exactly. In value?
1.
Exactly. Great job. Now this one. Okay, now Jose. Read the
9,322.
exactly. Let's focus on the number 9 first. What is the place of the number 9?
1,000.
In the value?
9,000.
In the number 3, the place?
Hundreds.
Hundreds, exactly. In the value?
300.
Okay, what about the next two? The next two, the one that is between the first two and the number 3. Let's focus on that two. What is the place?
Of the both numbers.
Wait, I will underline it.
Tens.
Tens, exactly. That is the place, tens. In the value of that two?
20.
20, okay. What about this other two? The last one.
Ones.
Look, as you can see, we have two twos. And you can see that is the same number, but it has a different position. And as they have a different position, a different place, they have a different value. Even though, look, it's the same two. You have two and you have two. But it's not the same because they have different place, so they have different value. Now tell me what is the place of that two, the one that is underlined.
Ones.
Exactly. And the value?
2.
Only 2. Exactly. Great job. Excellent. As you can see here, we have the decimal, we have a decimal place value. Look, in this one, we have the decimal point. As you can see in the first one, we started with ones, look, ones, tens, 100,000, 10,000, 100,000, and millions. In this case, we didn't have the decimal point, but in this case, we have it. Look here, wait a minute. As you can see, we have the same. We have ones, tens, 100,000, 10,000, 100,000, and millions. We have it there. But in this one, it's more complete because in this case we have the decimals too. How do you know that we have the decimals? Because we have the decimal point, the one that is in black, as you can see it. So as you can see, the number that is at the right, the first number that is at the right, starting with the decimal point, we're going to talk about a decimal number, right? So that number will be called tenth. Understand? The first number will be called tenth, then hundredth, thousandth, and 10,000s, and so on. As you can see, in the decimal part, we don't have other ones. Ones is only for the complete numbers. And then when, as you can see, We have tens, hundreds, and so on. They are similar with these other that are in the other side. But in talking about the writing, as you can see, these have th, and s. Can you see it? Yes, right? Okay, can you please read it, Jose? The one that is in the decimal part, in the decimal position.
Tenth, hundreds, thousand, 10,000, 100,000, and millions.
Exactly. Excellent job. Now we're going to practice this. Okay, in this case it says, where's my place? We're going to start with this amount that is 739. And let's start with Kenneth. Kenneth, what is the number that is underlined there?
9,
Exactly, tell me. Okay, tell me the place. What is the place of the
9,
number 9? What is the place?
9,
Ones, tens, hundred, thousand.
ones,
Ones. And what is the value?
9,
Exactly. Now let's continue with read the second amount.
294.
Okay, let's talk about the number that is underlined. Tell me the place and tell me the value.
200.
The place. What is the place?
200.
That is the value. 200 is the value.
Place 100.
Hundreds place, exactly, hundreds. Remember, ones, 10, hundreds. The number 2, the place is hundreds, and the value is 200. Excellent. Let's continue with David. David, read the next amount.
714.
Okay, 714. Let's talk about the number 1 that is underlined. Tell me the place.
Tenth.
Exactly. And value?
10.
Great. Let's continue with Kenneth. Read the next amount.
855,
859. Okay, 59. 9 is the number that is underlined. Tell me the place.
ones,
And the value?
9,
Exactly. In the amount 800, 859, the number 9 is underlined. So we're going to talk about the 9. What is that place? As you said, is in ones. Remember, when you listen place, you have to say ones, tens, hundred, thousands, and so on. And the value is the value of the number, how it is worth. So these other numbers will be for homework, okay? I will upload it or send it to your WhatsApp or upload it in the platform. This will be for homework. Let's continue with the other topic. It is rounding. It is rounding. I will read something from the book. Wait a minute. What do you understand for rounding, Jose? What comes to your mind when you listen this word rounding?
Change to a complete number.
Exactly, to change it. Excellent. Someone else who has another idea? Okay, I will read according to the book, okay? It says, when an exact number is not necessary, a random number or appropriate number may be used. The symbol equal is used to show that a number is an approximate number. For example, the one that we have here on the screen. And the number one, I will read the steps for rounding. You can go in your book and read it too on page number 3. I will read it from here. Number 1, it says, steps for rounding. Number 1, find a digit for the place being rounded. Number 2, determine if the digit to the right is greater than or equal to or less than 5. Number 3, round the number to the indicated place using rounding rules. Rule number 1 of the number 3, it says, if the digit to the right is 5 or more, round up by adding 1 to the digit being rounded. Rule 2, if the digit to the right is less than 5, round down by keeping the digit being rounded the same. Now the number 4. Once the digit is properly rounded, change all the digits to the right of the place to zeros. Okay. As you can see, is this one a decimal amount, yes or not?
Yes.
Yes, right? Exactly. As you can see it, this example is about rounding, but still we need to know the place value. We have ones, tens, hundred, thousands, right? And then we have the decimals. That is tenths, hundreds, thousands, and so on. Look here, this other example. It says, rounding to decimal place. As you can see, we have 25.782. And you are going to talk about this. If I say, rounding to the nearest tenth, or rounding to the nearest hundreds, you have to understand what is the instruction. In this case, we are going to round it to the nearest hundreds. But the amount that we are going to change is the decimal part. In this case, we have 25.782, but I only want to keep 2 numbers after the decimal point. So you are going to say, well, that means that I will round this number to the nearest tenth. No, to the nearest hundreds. In this case, to the nearest hundreds. Because in this case, this 7, what is the place of the number 7, David?
Tenth.
Tenth. And the number 8? What is
Hundred.
Hundreds, exactly. So we're going to round it to the nearest hundred. We don't have that 2. So you are going to say, well, the number that I will change, or that I will check, that I will test, if I will change it, is the number 8. But how are you going to know if you can round it or not? The next number is going to allow you or is not going to allow you. What is the next number? Is the number 2, right? 2. Okay, so you are going to say, well, I want to change the number 8, but it depends on the next number. And what is the next number? Is the number 2. If that number is equal to 5 or greater than 5, you can round it up. But if that number is less than number 5, you can't round it up. So you will round it down. Understand? So in this case, 8 is the one that you want to change. And the number 2 is the next number that is going to tell you if you can or if you cannot. So the number 2 is less or more than 5.
Less.
Less,
Less.
right? Exactly. As it is less, can you round it? Can you say that is 25.79?
No.
No, you
Mhm.
can round it. You can't. Why? Because the number 2 is less than 5. So, if I say round this amount to the nearest hundredths, you will say, well, I can't round it. It will be 25.78. You can round it in this case. Now let's continue with the next. If I say that you have to round it, if I say that you can round it to the nearest 10, how will you do it?
I will check on number 8.
Exactly. Listen, that now is other instruction. I say the first one was rounded to the nearest 100 and you didn't change it, right? Because the number 2 was less than 5. But right now I say rounded to the nearest 10th. So it means that you are going to change the number 7 based on the number 8. So can you round it up? Yes or not?
Yes.
Yes, right? Why can you round it?
Because it's a bigger number.
Exactly, yes. You can round the number 7 because the number 8, that is the number that is next, is greater than 5. So you can change it to 25.8, right? Great job.
Yes.
Excellent. So as you can see here, we have rounding coaster. As you can see, it says 4 or less, round down. Look, it's very simple. If the number is less than 4, is 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0, you round it down. But if the number is with the number 5 equal to 5 or more, 6, 7, 8, 9, you round it up. Let's start with this amount. We have 34, and I say to you that you have to round it. You have to round it to the nearest 10. If I say round it to the nearest 10, it means that you are going, what is the number that is in the 10th place? Is that 3, right? And what is let's talk about this one, 34. What is the place of the number 3? What is the
Tens.
tens? And what is the value of the number 3?
30.
30, exactly. So you're going to round it to the nearest 10. So which one will be?
30 because it's 4 is a less number to round it to 40.
Exactly.
So it can't be 40. It has to be 30.
It has to be 30 because the number 4 is, the rule says that if it is less than 5, you round it up, you round it down. You round it, but round it down. Now the number 52, David. If I say round it to the nearest 10, how will you round it? To 60 or 50?
50.
50, right? Excellent. Now, Kenneth, the 21. If I say rounded, you round it. If I say rounded to the nearest 10, you round it 20 or 30?
20.
Okay, why, Kenneth?
Because it's less than 5.
Exactly, exactly. Now let's talk about the other amounts. We have 87, and I say to you, round it to the nearest 10. You listen, round it to the nearest 10. And what is the number that is in that tens place? The number 8. You are going to determine if 38, you are going to round it to 80 or 90. So,
Miss,
tell me, my
Miss,
dear.
we, I am going to Spanish at 8:30.
Yes, yes. Right now it's 8:20, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. You
I'm
can,
just telling you so you can give me time to.
yes, my dear. Yes. So if I think in 5 minutes it's okay, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So the other, we have 87. You are going to say, well, I will round it to 80 or to 90. And how will you know it? According to the next number. What is the number that is next? Is 7. And 7 is less or more than 5.
Greater.
Greater, right? So we're going to round it to 90. And 35, look, we rounded to 40. Why? Because the number 5, the rule says that if
Is
it is 5, we
greater.
can round it. And the other, it's very simple. Now we have a greater amount. Read it, please, David.
Miss, I need to go for a little moment.
Okay, you have other class, my dear?
I don't know.
Okay, we're about to finish. It's okay, go. Are you going for something, right? You said.
Yes.
Okay, okay, my dear, go. Now, Kenneth, please read the amount. Read it.
What?
The amount.
765. 765.
18,765, right?
Yes.
Read it again.
18,765.
Exactly. You have to read it in order, right? 18,000. 18,565. And I say to you that you have to round it. You have to round it not to the nearest ones, not to the nearest 10, not to the nearest 100, not to the, you are going to change it. So how would you round it up?
19,000.
You are going to change it to the nearest 10,000. Remember that when I say to the nearest 10,000, it means that you are going to say, well, it will be 18,000 or 19,000. It will change to 19,000, right? Why? Because look,
Because it is greater than 5.
exactly. All these numbers I can test you to round the number 18 or to round to the number 7 or to round the number 6, but you have to listen to the instruction. I say to round it to the nearest 10,000. When you hear the nearest 10,000, it means that you will change it to 18 or 19,000. In this case, if you round it up, right, to 19,000. Why? Because the number 7 is greater than 5. And in the other, 34,344. You round it to 34,000. Why? Because the number 3 is less than number 4. So you round it down. You round it down. You don't leave it the same. You round it down. You didn't round it up to 35,000. You round it down to 34,000. As you can see, these numbers that are on the square, you change it to zeros. Now this other, look, 12. is you round it up or round it down? The number 12. Round it up or round it down? Round it down, look, because 12 changed to 10, right? Because the number 2
Yes.
is less than 5. Remember, you can round it up or round down. Understand the difference between round up and round down?